Hello, and welcome once again. Now, we have covered social etiquette, and I hope you have taken down notes, and I hope you have put in your summary in your own words in the comment section. Now, we are progressing towards corporate etiquette, and it is important since most of us work in a corporate. So, we need to know what are corporate etiquettes and also how can we stand out in the crowd by following etiquette like a winner? So, are you ready? Now, we are going to discuss first about the meeting etiquette and then we are going to talk about the business etiquette. Okay? So, what are meeting etiquettes? Well, in the office sometimes you have to ask or probably join a meeting or probably you conduct a meeting. And usually during pandemic it used to happen over the phone, or sorry, when I say over the phone that means over the laptop, and everybody log in through online and then they will do it. But most often it used to, or it will begin to happen again, that we will be in the office and will be called for a meeting. So the first thing that you need to remember, and the most important thing, is share the agenda. Share the agenda with the people who are coming for a meeting, so it becomes easier for them to understand what is this meeting about, prepare themselves accordingly, and come up with better points in terms of better points or better inputs to give. Okay, otherwise I've seen people, they would call for an ad hoc meeting and then it gets really difficult for some of us to follow what is expected out of this meeting. All right, point number 2, punctuality. Nobody likes people coming in late for a meeting. It disrupts the meeting, it stops the meeting, and then somebody comes in, and then we will have to give attention to the person who has walked in, because it's human nature. You will by default look for movement. Human eye is made in such a way that you look for movement. So the minute there is a move, you are bound to look at it. So somebody comes in the meeting room, opens the door, and suddenly everybody turns towards that person. Trust me, it is very embarrassing if that person happens to be you. So be on time, and especially if it is your own meeting, be there before everybody else so you can also check whether everything is in order or not. Number 3, preparedness. Well, I can't emphasize on this anymore. Okay, you need to prepare. The better you prepare, or the more you are prepared, then the coming points, which is being concise and crisp, becomes easy, because you have practice, because you know what is expected out of this meeting, or because you know why you're conducting this meeting. It is better to be concise, make your point, or rather keep your points short and crisp. The KISS principle: keep it short and simple. Keep it short and simple. KISS. All right, so be concise and be crisp. Now this point is very important. See, what I've realized in my corporate life, okay, or in my career, is most of the leaders, when they call for a meeting, they call for a meeting because of, well, an agenda, which could be an issue, which could be way forward, or which could be a problem that needs solving. Now, what happens is, usually, and I've seen a lot of leaders doing it, they come up with a problem, they send the agenda, they'll call everybody, and then they will start the meeting by saying, well, we have this problem, and this is what I think we should do. And then they will ask others to contribute, or what do you think? And more often than not, most of the people would agree with the leader's plan and say, yes, that's the right plan. Now, what you should do is, you should listen more and talk less. In fact, I would say this: talk in the end. It's very rude of me to say so, but let me put it in a mild way. Make sure that you keep shut and you listen more. Okay? So what will happen is, you will gather more points from these gentlemen or these ladies who are there for a meeting, and then you'll be able to summarize it better. And it can happen, by the way, and it has happened a lot of times. I've seen it myself, that when I give my team a problem to solve, they come up with far better solutions sometimes than mine. And the reason why is because it's better to have more thinking heads than just one. You know what I'm saying? Okay, good. Towards the end, speak up. If you happen to attend a meeting, not the one who's organized it, if you happen to attend a meeting, please speak up. What I mean to say is, if the agenda has been shared with you, then you would have prepared the agenda. And remember, you need to start speaking up in meetings if you want to be noticed by your managers or by senior leadership. Now, when I say speak up, I don't mean just say whatever comes to your mind. What I'm saying is be concise and crisp. Make sure that you're prepared. Make sure you're punctual. Make sure you're listening to everybody before putting your point across. Do not be in a rush, by the way, to cut someone and then state your point. Make sure that you have prepared yourself, and when you speak up, you speak with data points and you also speak facts. Try and keep the emotions at bay and talk first about the data and facts, and then bring in emotions like motivation or you want to encourage somebody, so the right words, but try and speak about data first. Share the data and the facts, and then how you feel about the situation. Okay? It always makes more sense. Now, what's the last point? Well, actually, it's not the last point. It's the most important point. Phone on silent. Keep your mobile phone on silent. I have seen a lot of people, a lot of leaders who keep their mobile phone on when they're talking, or keep it for the meeting as well. And I understand, okay, most of us would feel that we can get a call from the president or the prime minister of any country anytime. But my suggestion is, if you keep your phone on silent and then talk to the people, it makes more sense. Remember, they have taken time out for your meeting. So respect their time and try and keep the phone away. All right? You have a calendar, so you know when you're busy and when you're not. Usually during that time, make sure that you do not answer your phone when you're in a meeting. Do not look at your phone when everybody or someone is talking to you, or even if they're not talking to you directly, if they're talking to the group, you still have the decency to give attention to everybody and keep the phone on silent. In fact, away from the meeting. It makes more sense. Pretend it's 1980s. No, not that far. But pretend that you don't have a mobile phone and speak with the people around and hear and talk to them. Okay? Great. Now, that's all that I have for this. I would really appreciate if you could summarize what you have learned from this, and also tell me what are some of the meeting etiquette that you follow that I may have missed out on. Okay, and that can add to this list, and it can greatly help the community. Okay, great. Moving on to the next one.